Hello and welcome back to Fenton Anime Plays Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I'm your host Fenton. In this Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough video, we're going to go ahead and resume the story, do a little bit extra stuff also. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so be updated more. Last video, we went inside Sicile. After that, we helped out Captain Jack. So let's go inside this big building. So before we actually go ahead and start the romantic and pragmatic choice, we're going to go ahead and talk to this guy who's guarding a door. We don't know what he's guarding, but still, let's get some information.
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Courteous, proud protector of this house of Legion goods. Courteous is my name, the Legion is my calling. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps the most important building in the realm, by my and others' estimation. And I, Sergeant Courteous, have been trusted to guard it.
I do not know what's behind that door, however, hopefully I find out what it is. So, next up, we're going to go ahead and do another one of those choices. Pragmatic and romantic. Things will happen because of this choice. I'm not spoiling what happens after, but still, if you need pragmatic points, pick what I am not picking. If you need romantic points, definitely pick what I am picking. I'm doing this part first because it's just a choice thing to add more to romantic trait. Yeah, I want more of that, definitely. After that, I'm going to head towards the King Crab Inn, and I will also get the permission to go inside the crime scene. That's a very important step, so let's go this direction. And yeah, there's the orc. And there's the two guards. Well, female orc, but still, I'm going to let this all happen.
Who better than a proven orc crusher to convince my dumbbell of a friend here that orcs are predators, not pets?
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile, but my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her.
Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Ninius's idiotic obsessions, but now we're needed at our posts. I can hardly believe I've been wasting time protecting an orc when I should be running them through.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor, thanks.
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady. For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal. I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
You see? He'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
Let her live. If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
You're right. The information she provides could well turn the tides here in Sicile.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my scaly sweetheart in and of herself.
You're going to regret this. We're all going to regret this.
Good news, everyone. I have gained 225 experience points. That's very good. I'm not going to steal anything yet. I'm saving that when I do get one of the mule companions. Yeah, there's companions in this game. I have not gotten them yet. So our next stop will be towards the King Crab Inn. I'm going to show you how to get to that, or at least near the area. And then I'll make a save around there just in case it's like a backup save. Yeah, this game, you constantly do want to make some nice saves. So this way, you make a bad choice, you reload it, or you messed up on doing some certain quest order, you reload your game. Still, save often, save early. That's what my motto says. So we're going to go this way. This is how you get to the King Crab Inn area. Yeah, there's a guy there that will, give you another side quest too. We'll deal with him later on. For now, if you see this fountain, you're starting to get a little bit close. So we're going to go by the fountain. Now we're going to go past it. And this is a spot where I'm going to go ahead and make a nice save. Yeah, there's the inn. It's a very big inn. It's a real cool one too. So there you go. Let me go ahead and do that. I made the save. So now, from this area, that's where the King Crab Inn is at. We're going to go ahead and get our permission to go into the crime scene. Yeah, I don't want to cause any more violence against the Legionnaire guards. I already killed 2 drunk ones in part 3. Yeah, that was fun, but I'm going to be honest for a second, everyone. Not a good idea. And yeah, don't worry, I'll visit the shops. I'm more focused right now on getting these quests done. And also advancing the story a little bit. I want to advance it to a certain point before I am safely starting these side quests up. So what I'm going to do is go this way. Yep, just keep on going this direction. Now there is another companion you could recruit. I'll point her out. I'm going to get her last. I have a certain order of getting these companions. And then once I get all 4, then I give said companions some nice weapons and armor too. So we're going to go ahead and pass these ruined houses. We're not going to go in. We're not going to go any more further. That would be a bad idea. So there's the tent. That means we're close by. And there's our Legionnaires. Now in the cage, that's where our 4th companion is. She's more of an archer type of one. Yeah, we're going to get her last. For now, we're going to go inside and get our permission. Just use my options to make this much more smoother. So here we go on this part.
What have we here then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicile, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicile, by which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead, for I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into drivelling hordes of their own misshapen number. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop, understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
Now that we have the permission, we could go to the King Crab Inn and investigate the crime scene. However, we cannot really do that yet. Let me go ahead and explain. Now, we're automatically get ambushed for a possibility of the Fabulous 5 side quest. Now, there are a total of 4 trait choices. So, let me go ahead and list them right now. First one is bold versus cautious. That's one choice. Second one's a 2-stick versus ego. That's another one. Third one's independent versus obedient. And the last one's the first one, bold versus caution. So if you're more of a caution person, pick the exact opposite. So if you don't like the ones I have listed in the timestamps, go opposite. If you love the ones I have in the timestamps, go for it. The fourth option, get enlisted in order to get this side quest. Even if you pick the caution one, there's other ways to gain that later on. So as soon as we get close to King Crab Inn, we're going to go through this long conversation. I do mean it is really long. So I will definitely return after it's all finished up. So here we go on this one.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Syceal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed. Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous 5 see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Move for cheese.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. The rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. I bet that in your heart of hearts, your eyes water with joy when you discover yet another treasure during your travels. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Pay the big
It's
change.
better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
Better to be served than to serve. I concur.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it. Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started? What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful? By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another. Cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself, you will better Riverlon, you will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Get it while it's fresh!
Of course, of course, of course! All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Join a guild, better the world, earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Marvelous! Magnificent! Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business! Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing. Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous Five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed, malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus, a frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire.
Ain't a big change on your block with a whale of the good stuff.
But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five, the braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
I have the Fabulous 5 quest. However, I cannot do it until I get another one. These are linked. They're side quests, but still, do them all. You pick the choices I pick, you're definitely locked into this. So I'm going to go ahead and explain about bold versus caution or cautious. So the bold one gives you 1 point, I believe, in initiative. In other words, yeah, you get more advantage when you start up in combat. This is great though, so it's +1 on that. Now the other choice is the sneak +1. I'm not sneaking around much, so yeah, I'm going a little bit more of a combat type of deal, so that's why I picked the bold choices. Now coming up, soon as I do investigate the crime scene, tons of things happen. At this point, for doing all that, save your game. If you want to, go ahead and knock out a few side quests too. I'm going to do this part first, so this way I get a new place to show you all. And in the next video, I'll start knocking out side quests like crazy. So let's go ahead and investigate this.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the Captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious! Oh yes, proper introductions. Zixex the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was, and is, and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow. Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
It might be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes! The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one. Ah, though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain. After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side.
As I'm reading the books from the previous video, show you all about why you should definitely go ahead and learn recipes from books. So let me explain. After going inside the crime scene, both our source hunters got knocked out like crazy. We arrived at this place called the Homestead. This is like a nice hub because it could teleport you back to certain areas. You definitely want to take advantage of going inside the Homestead and going through the story. And also, there's some good places in this Homestead. I'm not going to spoil what they are for now. I'll reveal to you all as I go along through the story. The imp had a lot of information. And yeah, that dragon, that was not friendly. Yeah, so we will have to figure out how to save this world. If we do not, well, guess what? The void wins. That's not a very good thing. So once I am definitely done with the learn the recipes, I'll go through that portal, advance more of the story. I'll let you all see that. And after that, I'll go ahead and explain about one of the trait choices. That's coming up again. That's romantic and pragmatic. If you're pragmatic, do not pick my choice. If you're the other one like me, go ahead and definitely pick my choice. So let's start this whole sequence up.
Yufa, yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is! Come, come, don't delay!
And he's off.
It seems the Imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so? Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters, it would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost? So, what do you think, Source
Not but a
Hunter?
moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
What'll it be, Source? The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
That was a lot to take in. I got more points in romantic. I felt great about that. And don't worry, next video, first thing I'm starting off with is definitely talking to these two. After that, we're going back into the real world. So here's a recap what happened. I did a choice with the Charmed Female Orc. It was more romantic. After that, got the Fabulous 5 quests and got 2 bold points. Also, I got permission to go into the crime scene. Crime scene teleported us into the homestead. We advanced the story very heavily at the homestead. Well, everyone, this is it for my Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough crime scene and first homestead visit video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestions on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestions on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the barbecue.